Moles are super cute, but they can create havoc on your lawn. If you want the ultimate guide in getting rid of moles in your garden and yard, then this video will show you everything you need to know on how to get rid of moles humanely. Let's get straight into it. 1. Vinegar. Ground moles can be a nuisance in your yard, but if you prefer to use natural and non-toxic methods of pest control, using vinegar can be an effective way to get rid of them. The acidic nature of vinegar is thought to irritate the moles and make them want to move on to another location. To use vinegar as a mole repellent, you will need white vinegar and a spray bottle. Fill the spray bottle with the vinegar and then liberally spray it on any visible mole tunnels or hills. You may also want to spray any area where you think moles may be burrowing. Reapply the vinegar every few days until you no longer see any signs of moles in your yard. You can also try pouring vinegar directly into the mole tunnels. This may help speed up the process of getting rid of them. 2. Dawn dish soap and castor oil. This is a great hack to try because it's eco-friendly and humane. You're not relying on harsh chemicals, kill traps, or exterminators to remove these critters from your property. Instead, just make them uncomfortable with the combination of dish soap and castor oil. Here's how to pull it off. To banish garden moles from your yard, you will need a bottle of Dawn dish soap and some castor oil. Pour about 6 ounces of castor oil into a jar, then, to dilute it, add 3 quarts of hot water and, finally, a squirt or 2 of Dawn dish soap to allow the oil and water to mix. Shake the ingredients together and pour them into a spray bottle or hose end sprayer. You can then use the repellent to spray it directly on mole holes, on the surrounding grass, and even directly into the tunnels. If you have stubborn pests that seem content with staying in your yard, you might even want to cover the entire lawn with this mixture. Next, fill in the existing mole hills and spray them down with the repellent, further enticing the critters to leave. Keep routinely spraying those areas until the moles finally move on. This hack works because castor oil repels moles. It creates digestive issues if ingested and can irritate their skin if they encounter it. This will make your yard a hostile environment for them, convincing them to relocate elsewhere. However, this might not be the best hack if you have pets. Castor oil can cause digestive issues for cats and dogs if they ingest it. 3. Garlic. Similar to how vinegar works, garlic can have the same effect on moles. Garlic is a great, natural repellent for many different types of pests, moles included. Due to its strong odor, moles tend to steer clear. Consider growing garlic in your garden as a win-win situation. It's a great crop to harvest and a mole deterrent in one. However, you don't have to grow garlic just to see the benefits. Place a few cloves of crushed garlic near their tunnel openings. This is usually enough to cause them to change directions and travel to a less aromatic location. You will likely need to replace the garlic every few days. But after a while, the moles should leave the area. 4. Coffee grounds. Coffee grounds give off a strong odor which instantly repels moles. You can simply sprinkle fresh or brewed coffee grounds throughout the garden after making your morning pick-me-up. For extra effect, make sure you sprinkle them in their tunnel and down their holes. You can repeat this daily until the moles are gone and then once every 2 weeks to stop them returning. Avoid spreading coffee grounds around seeds or seedlings because it may inhibit germination and growth. It's also a good idea to compost any coffee grounds before you add them to your soil. 5. Using Tabasco sauce. Mixing Tabasco sauce, castor oil, peppermint oil, and water together can make a very potent mixture. This ingredient is a staple in many homes, and it can serve its purpose in getting rid of moles. This mixture can easily eliminate these nasty crawlers out of the gardens and backyards. Dabbing cotton balls in this mixture and leaving them in the infested area will make them hurry out of the burrows and out of our lives. 6. Marshmallows. Using marshmallows to kill moles sounds nuts, but it might work. Moles supposedly can't digest some ingredients in marshmallows, specifically carrageenan, which is an emulsifier. If a mole eats a marshmallow, the mole's digestive system should theoretically get blocked and eventually cause the mole to perish. To use marshmallows, identify all the mole tunnels, including their entrance and exit holes. Mole tunnel entry and exit points are not too difficult to find. These are normally at the beginning and end of any given tunnel. Place around 5 marshmallows in each mole tunnel. Wear gloves so you don't leave your scent on the marshmallows. This might make moles avoid that tunnel altogether, and insert around 5 marshmallows evenly spaced throughout the tunnel length. Seal mole tunnel entry and exit points. Place 1 more marshmallow at the mole tunnel entry point and 1 marshmallow at the tunnel exit point. Then wait for the marshmallows to work their magic. 7. Mothballs. Mothballs are also known to annoy moles out of their wits with their smell. It works the same way when we use it in our cabinets and drawers to remove the pests inside those. Putting several mothballs on the entry and exit points of mole tunnels will help to get rid of them, but these are meant to be used on minor infestations. It will not work on gardens, which are heavily infested, and therefore should also be treated as a temporary option. Thus, it should not be relied on solely in getting rid of moles. 8. Modern technology. Making your garden a disruptive place to live is also an effective pest control method. Rather than searching for mole tunnels and mixing castor oil, you can purchase a sonic spike. Despite their hidden ears, moles have good hearing, so it's possible to encourage your garden moles to move on with sounds. A sonic spike will effectively transmit electronic pulses. These pulses will be at a frequency that irritates the moles. Don't worry, you won't be able to hear them. Sonic spikes can be purchased online, and the sound emitted from the device will cause moles to find somewhere else to live. 9. How to get rid of moles with water. Moles don't like to be around water, so another way of encouraging moles to move on is to fill the tunnel network with water. However, mole tunnel networks can be extensive, and you can waste a lot of water if you have the wrong type of soil. If you have sandy soil, this method is unlikely to work, but it should temporarily encourage the moles to pack their bags if you have clay soil. But this approach is unlikely to be permanent. 10. How to get rid of moles with a leaf blower. This might seem an odd way to remove moles, but placing the spout of a leaf blower into the mouth of a molehill will create a tremendous amount of noise and unpleasant vibrations that will scare the mole away. Find the largest molehill. This is likely to be the mouth of the largest tunnel, offering the most effective outcome. Again, this method might not be permanent, they may return with time. 11. Eucalyptus or mint oil. This repellent is a safe way to get the moles out of your yard. If you ever got your hands on eucalyptus oil, then you already know that it is a strong smell. The strong smell is not something that moles favor, and the same is true about mint oil. You will also need cotton balls that you will soak with the oils. If you find a fresh hole on the ground, then you may be in luck. If you see fresh tracks, then all you need to do is put the soaked cotton balls in the hole. Do not use your hand. Instead, push the cotton balls into the hole with a stick so you don't transfer any human scent. If you find more than one hole, do the same process with all of them, and then cover the holes. This process needs to be repeated a few days to ensure its effectiveness. Eventually, the moles will move to a different location. 12. Control food sources. Since moles thrive on grubs, a common garden nemesis, getting rid of grubs will, in turn, control the mole population. Begin by checking if you have the common signs of grubs in your lawn. These include yellow and white patches of grass, soft and spongy ground, and small white larvae in the dirt. If you discover you have a problem, you can get rid of grubs in a few ways. 1. Distribute milky spore powder. 2. Release nematodes, aka roundworms, that consume grubs. 3. Distribute a natural pesticide. 4. Encourage birds to your lawn with feeders and flowers. 5. Also, dry out your lawn in the hot season. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please subscribe to Natural Health Remedies, and don't forget to give this video the thumbs up. And I'm sure you're going to enjoy this next video on how to get rid of pests using Dawn dish soap. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.